Good morning to all. At first, let me wish you all a very happy Independence Day on 15th August 1947. We get independence from British rule. After long slumber and struggle, awake vital free, and we have to do much before we read of the pledge we have so often taken. Yet the turning point is past, and the history begins anew for us. The history which we shall live and act and others will write about. It is a fateful moment for us in India, for our Asia, and for the world. A new star of freedom in the East, a new hope comes into being, a vision long cherished materializes. May the star never set, and that hope never be betrayed. We rejoice in that freedom, though clouds surround us, and many of our peoples are sorrow-stricken, and difficult problems encompass us. But the freedom brings responsibilities and burdens, and we have to face them in the spirit of a free and disciplined people. After independence, we got all the fundamental rights in our own nation, our motherland. We all should feel proud to be an Indian and admire our fortune that we look back on the land of an independent India. History of slave India reveals everything that how our ancestors and forefathers had worked hard and suffered all the brutal behavior of Britishers. We cannot imagine by sitting here that how hard the independence was for India from the British rule. It took sacrifice of lives of many freedom fighters and several decades of struggle from 1857 to 1947. An Indian soldier in the British force had first raised his voice against Britishers for the independence of India. Later, several great freedom fighters had struggled and spent their whole life only for getting freedom. We can never forget the sacrifice of the Bhagat Singh, Khudiram Bose, and Chandrasekhar Azad, who had lost their lives in the early age just for fighting for their country. On this day, our first thoughts goes to the architect of this freedom, the father of our nation, who embodied the old spirit of India, held aloft the thoughts of freedom, and lighted up the darkness that surrounded us. We have often been unworthy followers of his and strayed from his message, but not only we but succeeding generations will remember this message and bear the imprint in their hearts of this great son of India, magnificent in his faith and strength and courage and humility. We shall never allow that torch of freedom to be blown out, however high the wind or stormy the tempest. Our next thoughts must be of the unknown volunteers and soldiers of the freedom who without praise or reward had severed India unto death. We think also our brothers and sisters who have been cut off from us by political boundaries and who unhappily cannot share at present in the freedom that has come. They are of us and will remain of us. Whatever may happen, and we shall be sharers in their good and ill fortune alike. The future beckons to us. Whither do we go, and what shall be our endeavor? To bring freedom and opportunity to the common man, to the peasants and workers of India, to fight and end poverty and ignorance and disease, to build a prosperous, democratic and progressive nation, and to create social, economic and political institutions which will ensure justice and fullness of life to every man and woman. We have hard work ahead. There is no resting for any one of us till we redeem our pledge in full, till we make all the people of India what Disney intended them to be. We are citizens of our great country on the verge of bold advance, and we have to live up to that high standard, all of us, to whatever religion we may belong, are equally the children of India with equal rights, privileges, and obligations. We cannot encourage communalism or narrow mindedness, for no nation can be great whose peoples are narrow in thought or in action. To the nations and the people of the world, we send greetings and pledge ourselves to cooperate with them in the furthering peace, democracy, and freedom. We are so lucky that our forefathers have given us a land of peace and happy where we can sleep all night without fear and enjoy all day in our school or home. Our country is developing very fast in the field of technology, education, sports, finance, and various other fields, which were almost impossible before freedom. India is one of the countries rich in nuclear power. We are going ahead by actively participating in the sports like Olympics, Commonwealth Games, and Asian Games. We have full rights to choose our government and enjoy largest democracy in the world. As we are free and have complete freedom. However, we should not understand ourselves free of responsibilities towards our country. As being responsible citizens of the country, we should always ready to handle any emergency conditions in our country. And to India, our much loved motherland, the ancient, the eternal, and the ever new, we pay our reverent homage and we bind ourselves afresh to her service. Jai Hind.